breaking through the Huskar. They'll take one. He got the chain frost out, Crow, but it doesn't matter. The bounce is away. DH though.
Oh my God, the
The slap. It's huge. The 3 of them, they're straight up dead. Out of nowhere, GH comes in and rectifies the game state for Nigma. Arteezy looking to get on top of Mind Control. Another zip in. Mind Control, he's still full out. He's able to turn, drop down the Doom. The Chain Frost as well. He did get the BKB off in time, but Ramses is dead. Arteezy has to try and get out of it somehow. Fisher will offer him the safety to escape. Ahmed in once more. Mind Control getting a little low. Fly stands his ground with the ult, but Miracle and is an army of illusions. Fights through it, kills off the CM. They're back to the barracks.
Sure, but PYW, who tries to come into this, instantly dies as well. They're going to buy back and fight this. Oh, really? They think they can take this. Emo trying to go for the TP out underneath the pit. That doesn't work so well, my friend. Fly. He's going to be able to get off Wukong's command, and it's enough to get the kill on the Yang. Pulling him back in. Oh, the fall!
God.
And now the Echo Slam. A 3-man Fisher to seal the deal. They're not going to be able to finish off that Monkey King. He will kill Ori.
Bloodseeker is coming.
Oh, he's coming. Lelis, he will eventually get taken down, but in comes Hector, and he's a speedy boy. 444 gonna get chopped down into pieces. They're going right back in. Look at this Hector. He wants King RD. Nothing's gonna stop him. There's gonna be the taking down HF.
Give him a rampage.
They're giving it. There it is. There's the rampage.
Then they call
Beautiful.
the GG straight
The GG
after.
comes out.
That max movement speed build you talked about. He's trying to run away. Pops the BKB. The black hole gets canceled by the Yules. In midair, March. He's just throwing out the impetus. Will he get the kill on Alacrity? They're scared. They don't want to die after he goes down. March gets the kill. It's going to be a full-on team wipe.
Can they do it? Taiga rolls up. We'll be able to get some of that fear off, but the Tiny's still alive and engaging in the backlines. They're just going to finish Lizard. They know that there's no Naga. There's no Storm. Look at the damage coming out from Taiga, though, as they take down Resolution, though. Taiga, like we said, he does so much damage. Again, Astral Imprisonment, they just don't have it. It's not going to be enough, are they? Oh, but they take down no one. They find the kill. Thank God, he's doing it. That's the last kid. He's going to get taken up. They're doing it. DG, well played. Well played.
DreamLeague Season 13 is brought to you by Corsair, Monster Energy, Mercedes-Benz, and DreamHack.
Fantastic, thrilling end to the first day of playoffs. We're back for round 2 here in Leipzig. DreamLeague Season 13. And I'm here, I'm joined by Grant, Kyle, and I know that when I woke up this morning, and I'm sure that wasn't you guys' mind too, I just watched clips of different people talking about the same ending of the same game.
Yeah, I had Aiden or Insania and Koifa walked over because I was at the hotel bar and they saw me coming in and they were just laughing because I love Insania because he's not happy about the way that game ended.
Of course not. They almost threw.
They would have broken, I think, my old team's record after I had left of the biggest throw of all time. And they kind of did. They still broke the record in my book, but, you know.
They won.
They won.
They came through.
They overlooked the Willow.
Yeah, they Thanks, Kyle. They did. You should make those jokes mostly when Rich is on the panel. He'll really appreciate them, even more so than I do. And of course, we're here for day 2 of the playoffs. We have 2 upper bracket matches and 2 lower bracket matches, all brought to you by our sponsors, Monster Energy, Corsair, and we also got Ray Gaming and Mercedes-Benz. And now, I know that all these games are super exciting. If you want to live through that excitement with us, not from your home, you can still get tickets for coming weekend. Leipzig, make sure to check it out.
Yes, sir.
There's a link right there.
Bye.
Bye. You can check that out. But we're here to talk about other things, and we're just gonna take it right off the bat. The first topic that I want to talk to you about is tier 1 items, or rather neutral items, and then we're specifically talking about tier 1s. Cap, Grant, Kyle, do you have a favorite? Like, is there a best tier 1 item?
I mean, nothing beats Trusty Shovel.
No, yeah, in terms
Nothing
of
beats Trusty.
Mango Tree?
No.
Roshan Vision?
Trusty Shovel. If you rank them based on like the stats and stuff, it's dependent on like which lane you're in, what hero attributes your main, but Trusty Shovel is the only item that you will keep in your inventory on your team until like the late game, because bounty runes.
But a Royal Jelly could be an infinite.
That
what
is
if the game goes forever?
So when it comes to the stats on the tier 1 items, I think Broom Handle is one of the best, and then the 2 mana items, both the cast range as well as the mana increase from, I don't remember what those items are called.
Come on, Cap. Didn't you read the patch notes?
Whatever. But I think those 3 are like some of the best stats. But when it comes to the thing about tier 1 items is you're just going to shuffle them off at some point in time, right?
Yes.
Like you're not going to use them for very long. You're going to hand them off to a support, and then eventually that support's just going to drop it on the ground. So Trusty Shovel and the Royal Jelly are the only 2 that you'll keep throughout the entire game. Possibly Mango Tree is the other one. But mangoes aren't even that useful at that point.
No, but
it's
the
just
trees
entirely
give vision. You can get Roshan Vision for the whole game. You can
but
save
if you
the
have
tree.
Roshan, like nowadays teams are good enough that it's like, if you have it in a good point, then it's going to get found.
Chopped down.
So,
Objectively, I think the best, like if I'm playing and drafting and what do I want for my team, is probably the tree.
Yeah.
Because it's just the most stats, and especially on heroes like PL. Like you see double Wraith Band, PL with a tree, and then you're just rushing Diffusal. You're so stupidly strong and tanky.
God
And what's
forbid
the
you get a
worst
Dream
item?
Protector.
Yeah.
The worst item?
The worst.
Ocean Heart is not great, but it does give that +5 to all stats.
I'd say Poor Man's Shield, maybe. Or Iron Talon.
Iron Talon, I
Talon.
think,
It's
is
definitely
Iron Talon, yeah.
Iron Talon's the worst one?
Well, actually, I take that back, because the thing about Iron Talon is you can immediately sell your Quelling Blade. So it's like effectively 100 gold just to your carry. No other item actually just gives your carry gold. So that's pretty cool.
Unless you're a carry Ricky and you need that Quelling Blade to make a Battle Fury.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got me there.
So make sure that if you are in a game and you get the shovel, you actually use the shovel on cooldown. I think that's the biggest lesson here. Shovel is the most valuable one, but you do have to use it to be able to get the most.
It's like a freaking Midas. Just use it. Yeah, you're just making people mad. You're making yourself mad. You might have just missed a bounty rune. Like, what the hell are you doing with the shovel?
And if you get a kobold, you get 6 to 8 gold. That also, but also a chance to drop more neutral items.
True.
Also, you could potentially deny yourself, like that one sick play. That guy got Venomancer ult, and he shoveled real quickly, and a Kobold came up and denied him.
Hell yeah. With his 4 damage.
That is next level, actually.
But yeah, I think all around, like tier 1 items, they are decently well balanced because you see them all the time. There's no item that's like truly terrible that you hate, unlike some of the other later tier 3 and tier 4 items.
We'll get to more tiers as the week progresses, but first, next order of business. We're going to go a little bit closer to home, or rather more tournament related. We're going to talk about Matuma Mana, more specifically his road after Liquid. So let's first take a look at this video.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a senior by now. Always thought I'm one of the fresher faces, actually. But now I guess the 4th year is coming, and I feel like a senior. After I got kicked, quite frankly, from Liquid, I had this feel. I didn't really know what to do, but after a couple of days, I was pretty certain I wanted to play TI. I had a couple options of teams to play the qualifiers with, and I went with Chaos, and it was a good experience. We had our ups and downs. It was first tournament TI, so I couldn't really expect much. In the end, we didn't really show up at TI. Some time ago, like after Poppy approached me to play for Team Secret, and I was thrilled. I felt like it's kind of my second chance, because Liquid ended and then there was this Chaos thing, but it wasn't really a thing. This is my second chance now, and you gotta make it count. I don't think there's much of a team dynamic difference in terms of strategy in Team Secret. Poppy handles a lot of the strategy that we're running, as in Kuroki did in Liquid. I mean, obviously you have some, say, input in the strategy that we are running. There will be no difference how I acted in Liquid in terms of that. It's like, there can't be too many cooks in the kitchen, so just let them do it, you know. Heen is great, Poppy is great. If they have good strategies, we all get, you know. I have to have full faith in him, you know. It's like, if he has a strategy, I don't quite feel it. I have to try to feel it to make it work too. So if it ends up being bad, that's just life, you know. But at least we tried.
If it ends up being bad, at least they tried. I mean, I find it odd to have to see those final words and then knowing that he's on Team Secret, which right now is crushing their opponents, even though they haven't really played any LAN together with this lineup.
Yeah,
ever.
It's crazy. I think famous poet Earl Simmons said it best. I've been through mad different phases like mazes to find my way, and I know that better days are not far away. And now he's probably on the best team in the world.
I want to just take a quick moment to appreciate the quote.
It's actually a DMX rap song, but it sounds really nice. It makes sense. It really does make sense, though.
You guys think that was a poem?
Yeah, I didn't think that.
No, it really is true, though, right?
You
go from the top, and then you go to this Chaos roster, or this team that clearly was probably the worst team at TI, and now he's back probably at what I think is the best team right now at this tournament on Team Secret, and you made it.
Yeah, the best part is he's like, oh, this is my second chance. You know, I got a second opportunity, but like, his first chance won TI, so
yeah,
like you didn't really fail the first time you went around. Like just because you got kicked, he was still like one of the best carries you could get.
That's like the big. I don't say like the big secret, but I don't think the outsiders in the scene truly understand. Like, once you win, like, it doesn't matter anymore because there's another tournament. And if you lose that one, well, now you're just a loser.
I pressed him.
So even if you win a championship, it's why there's always that chase for the next one. And it's also why, Jordan is immortalized, because he went out on top. Most people wait until they're not on top anymore to quit because they just keep going because the drive is always there.
Yep, the drive is there. We'll see also how Secret does today, of course. And for our final topic, we have once again asked the community to provide us a topic. I really hope it's a better topic than yesterday.
I can't wait.
If Dota was food,
oh Jesus,
who would you eat? No, definitely not.
Who's in charge of this?
Everybody
Okay,
think to
I
themselves,
know.
there's no way that could be sexual, right?
I would eat Enchantress venison.
Jesus.
You're not wrong.
That's a pretty good answer.
Wow.
Or maybe, because I don't know, I don't think that Slark and Slardar are really that nice, because even though it's fish, I feel like it's way too tough.
I feel like this is the same topic I saw.
Maybe they make nice soup.
Yeah, the top post on Reddit was like, can we get less humanoids in Dota? That would make this a lot easier, because what am I going to say? I want to eat Sniper? Like, that's cannibalism. I can't do that. So I'd probably go with Broodmother. Spider legs, a delicacy in some places.
If you were stuck on a boat, right, and you had to eat one of the people there to survive.
Wait, if you're stuck on a boat, you can just fish, though.
No, okay, there's Sheaves, it's 2020. There's no fish in the ocean.
Of course there's fish in the ocean. You only have to pull them up by all the plastic that is there.
Sheaver's one of those people who's just like, you give him two options. Like, I'm going for the third option.
Yeah, that's not how this works. And it's us in the boat, by the way, Grant. Either we all die or we have to eat someone.
I would sacrifice myself for you guys.
I would eat Grant.
Sure.
I mean, he already sacrificed himself.
Right.
Don't let that meat go to waste.
You know, I'd be also down for you guys. This discussion is great, but you can continue this discussion elsewhere if you want, because you guys are going to prepare for the cast. It means it's time to get ready here for this panel. Thomas,
Okay.
we'll play you guys out. Is that okay?
Have fun.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
See you.
No eating Grant today.
Thank goodness.
I would be putting new locks on my door.
Yes,
Every year.
I will as well. I wonder if I'd be sweet or sour. I eat a lot of sour candy, so I don't know. It'd be pretty tart.
Yeah, I don't know if that matters though for the meat.
Probably not.
Probably not, unless you like maybe it matters for the blood.
Yeah.
But I think you normally leak out the blood before you eat the meat anyway.
My goodness. Well, thank you for that one, community. We always appreciate these great questions you keep giving us.
Yay! Another yay coming right out with Thomas playing in Kezu and Lizard.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, guys.
Morning.
I hope you guys are all ready to watch some good Dota 2.
I sure am. First series,
Yes.
and it just gets better.
In your face.
It gets better and better, and we can also take a look at the bracket, see, where we are in this madness that is a 16-team double elimination bracket. We've already had a couple of games yesterday, but today we are at least out of the best of one. So that's good news for everyone all around. But we also have, starting out with 2 upper bracket matches. We're going to start with Secret Fnatic. Then we're going to have Navi Alliance, El Clásico, but then revamped. And then we're going to continue with 2 lower bracket matches with Enigma versus Beast Coast, followed by IG taking on Aster. It's good days, Kezu.
It is indeed. I'm personally really excited for the 2 upper bracket matches, especially. I think Navi Alliance is probably the closest matchup of the day in terms of skill-wise for the 2 teams. But I'm really looking forward to this one.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Enigma Beast Coast too. I think a lot of people are just writing off Beast Coast, but I think, if they play their game, I would probably say that might be the second closest game, but this Fnatic versus Secret game, it's always in the back of your head. Does 23 Savage have something up his sleeve? Can he do it again?
It's so close as well, right?
Yeah.
Like Fnatic, we can't really know exactly what to expect from them because they do have 23 Savage, like you just said, and Moon, they're a little bit fresh to the team, not completely, but and 23 Savage is so young.
Yeah.
Right? Like we talk about young players, but that's I haven't seen this since 2015, when you had this poaching era of getting these players such as I believe, Matu, Miracle, they all came in a bundle pretty much. And now we have something similar happening in the CIS, happening here with Fnatic as well.
And I will say, Moon is one of those guys I went and watched him a lot more because I remember I talked to Sumail one time and he's like, yeah, Moon's one of the few people it's just so hard to play against. He's like one of the best mid players. I'm like, if he says it, obviously I'm going to watch him, so I'm excited to see what he can do. Yeah.
I'm excited to see what these teams also can do, but there's one thing that is on my mind when I look at these 2 teams, and one thing that I don't know why I can't shake it, because I feel like Fnatic has proved me wrong a few times, but I feel like that's what they do. Coming into this, because what were your expectations for Fnatic coming into this? Let's start with that.
Well, they played a tournament before this, I think, or recently at least. And I thought at the start of the season that they would do really well with this new roster. And they disappointed really badly at whichever tournament I watched them. But now their players are good enough. They have a good coach, which is Secret's prior coach. And, well, now they're here, they're in the upper bracket, so they must be doing something right. They adjusted well.
Yeah.
I think 100%. I wrote him off too. I think I had him as one of the bottom 4 teams, and they just straight up proved you wrong. They looked decent in the group stage. I wouldn't say they had the strongest one, but they came through, they beat Aster, and they did it.
They ended up second in the group stage, right?
Yeah.
And they definitely did show up.
Yeah, I think the first time they beat Aster, people were like, maybe one series, but then they did it again 2-0. So I think they definitely made their point, because going into this through the grapevines, from what I heard from scrims, it wasn't looking too hot for Fnatic, but they showed themselves and they have been playing really well. Indeed, previous majors started out in the lower bracket, kind of bummed out. This time, upper bracket, already looking a lot better.
The way they did it as well. In the first series, I believe they lost. They played Medusa versus PL, right?
Yeah, they picked the Medusa into the PL.
Into the PL. They had a strategy, and it actually looked all right.
They were up 20K.
They were super far ahead. They were winning that match, but PL is just PL right now, and he managed to win. But what did look a little bit bad in that series is the fact that the next game they pick the PL for themselves and then they lose with it. Yeah. So there are definitely some things that they can still improve on, and I'm looking forward to seeing if they did that for today.
Yes, I'm curious to see how they deal with Secret, because so far we've seen Secret being tested a little bit by Vici last Saturday, but that was the only test they really had, right?
Yeah, I mean, Secret are really damn good. I saw their games against East Coast. Those were not that pretty, but I'm pretty sure that Fnatic can put up a better fight. Also, they're playing more unorthodox heroes. I saw them play mid Bad Rider multiple times. They're the only ones that are playing this Medusa. So I think they can, throw some curveballs at Secret, try to see how Secret deal with it.
I've got a question for you two. So, Shiver kind of brought up, I've heard through the grapevine about these scrims. Have you ever intentionally lied because someone's gonna snitch?
What,
say
you're they ask you so how is scrims looking, and you're like oh, they're going really poorly, but you actually went 10-0 in these scrims.
So, funny thing, Insania kept on banning my Ench and Meepo 1 year after we stopped playing it. we were still just you pick the hero once in the scrims. You just pick it once, and the team just gets so frightened they just continue banning it for a year after that. They just don't want to deal with that. So it can happen.
You can definitely do it. I mean, usually if people ask me, I'll just say, scrims are going great. You don't really want to tell people that they're not going good.
Meanwhile, 0-10.
I mean, other than that, you can play against a specific team and play this one hero one time, like Lizard was saying, and you just hope, they spread it to everyone. We're playing Meepo and Broodmother every game.
And then you see these random teams being oh, I wonder who did that.
Yep.
Next level strategies. Yeah, it's going to be interesting seeing if someone has some curveball picks, or if we're going to have some curveball bans for that matter. I want to focus a little bit more on the players, and I want you guys at home to focus on the players as well, because you have a responsibility to vote for the MVP. As usual, the vote won't start until the game is actually underway. So no point in spamming now. I mean, you can, but it won't do anything.
Do it now.
And be nice.
Mostly take note of spelling. I know some names are longer than others, but Matumba Man, should be easy enough.
It's a secret series. Zai's already won the MVP all 2 or 3 games. Win, lose, it's already over. Yeah, it's already over. We've seen on Twitch.
It's because I do want to talk a little bit about who you think will be the MVP, because it is very interesting. Who's the main cornerstone? If you want to talk about Secret, would it actually be Zai? We see Zai struggle on lanes sometimes, but he does provide. Even if he dies, it's space providing death.
There's a couple of teams that are doing that right now, just throwing their offlaner under the bus. Sometimes it happens to Nigma as well. You can see Mind Control just being level 4, minute 10. He's even forced to buy a tome. It's not really a position in which offlaner likes to be, but in grand scheme of things, it can work out. So.
Yeah, but you do have to be able to recover, right? We saw, as you said, DM on Chaos. He had that Sand King solo game. He was level 4 at 12 minutes in. You just can't recover from that, so you have to be able to recover.
Kezu definitely knows, right? When you're offlane, some heroes offer a lot even with little space. Even if they aren't rich, even if they don't have a lot of levels, they still offer a lot. You have these Legions or Abaddons, at least he can sit behind and shield
dispel,
or dispel. What's Sand King gonna do?
I mean, both you and the team kind of need to know the strength of your hero. Can they leave you alone early? Should they enable you early on in the game? And I just think Zai, when I see him in these games, even on heroes where maybe you shouldn't do it, he always impresses me. How much he can do with so little in the game. Little levels, low farm. He just always gets his spells off properly, has good positioning, and just does his job.
Yeah, the Mars game, I think, was the biggest one.
Especially that one.
And then as a fellow offlaner as well, his counterpart, Ice Ice Ice, surely that was and is still a staple when it comes to the offlane.
Yeah, I mean, Ice Ice Ice, he's been at the start, like I was saying, of the season, I think they were a little shaky. I wasn't too impressed with his play, but lately I think he stepped it up quite a lot.
Yep. I think we haven't seen a Timbersaw in any of our games, but it's been getting second, first banned. I assume it might here. It seems to just get that second phase, just take it out even if no strength heroes picked.
Yeah, it's one of those heroes that ISS really excels on, and if you have a strategy that's counterable,
carry a game with it,
so you definitely get it out.
Now, you mentioned it earlier, Kezu. Sunby is coaching Fnatic, used to coach Secret,
Long time.
and then Heen and Sunby have a history together as well, also as coaches when Secret Liquid rivalry was at its peak, but also even further in the past on both playing in the Korean scene. How big of an impact is that going to be here to have the previous coach of the captain you're facing? Is that something that is like a big advantage for Fnatic?
I think it does matter, yeah. I mean, Sunby knows for sure like how Puppey thinks and what he values in games, what he values in strategies, probably what he thinks about the metagame right now, like what timings are important, what does he value in terms of like different stages of the game. So I do think it's a solid advantage for them here.
Yeah, it's just like, how do you use that, right? That's the thing. Like, you may use it all, but like all that knowledge, right? You don't want to get into your own head. So it's a tough balance between, do we play our game or do we play the game we know Puppey's going to play?
All right, guys, we have a few words of Zai from before the series started.
We're not really worried about Fnatic at this point in time. Maybe they'll show something that we're not prepared for, but it should be good. Pete was our coach last season, so I think he knows us pretty well. We know him pretty well. But I'm not sure if we're the same team from last season, so I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Wow. There's some strong confidence there. I mean, Zai is always such a nice person, you know, and he's well spoken, but I thought he was a little bit, maybe, you know,
he threw some shade.
Not really a challenge, really, you know.
I don't blame him. I think they're in a good spot. He seems confident. Why not?
Yeah. I mean, I really do believe like they're the tier one. I even think Vici is like 1.5. I just think Secret is the clear favorite in this tournament. So why not? Confidence.
When we looked at every other team, they struggle. You can see it. Even Nigma, when they're playing, they're struggling. They're winning games, but it takes them a while. But Secret, they're just quick.
Now, well, I'm ready to start talking about some heroes, but before we do so, we'll take a quick break. But when we're back, we are about ready to start a draft of series number 1.